up next on Yankees Magazine, we get an inside look at a new film set to start production this spring in Yankee Stadium. It's entitled Keeper of the Pinstripes, and it plans to be a great family story with a star-studded cast. We meet the director of the film, Robbie Benson, who tells us about his passion for the project. In our Hallowed Ground Great series, we move to the last of the infield positions, perhaps the position that requires the most skill, shortstop, and the Yankees have had some great ones. Johnny Damon hits the links down in Florida for a worthy cause, one near and dear to his heart. And in the spotlight, we sit down with Yankee infield prospect Kevin Russo, a player who recently wrapped up a successful campaign in the Arizona Fall League. All that and more coming up next on Yankees Magazine. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another all-new edition of Yankees Magazine. I'm Nancy Newman. As we move closer to winter and the weather gradually gets colder, let us warm you up with a little taste of baseball. Later in the show, we'll visit with Yankee prospect Kevin Russo. But we start the show off with a look at a new blockbuster film in the making. It is called Keeper of the Pinstripes, and it is inspired by true events involving Room 107 in Yankee Stadium, a place where Yankee heroes of the past would find solace. Shooting of the film, endorsed by the Yankees, will start shortly, and we here at Yankees Magazine will bring you the latest from the set as the story and the making unfold. This week in our cover story, we introduce you to a couple of people central to the film who give us a taste of what it is all about. Producer Alfred Zaccanino, a large part of the heart and soul of the project, along with famed Hollywood actor Josh Lucas, who will portray legendary captain Thurman Munson.
The movie itself is inspired by true events, things that truly happened since the late 30s. And in the late 30s, Lou Gehrig first became aware of this room, and dark room in a corner, sat in a chair. His alone time, he would meditate in this room. Eventually, he passes away of Lou Gehrig's disease. Almost 30 years later, Thurman Munson finds this room, sat in the very same chair that Lou Gehrig once sat in. And wouldn't you know it, unfortunately, the tragedy of him dying in a plane crash. Why? On his private jet, because he missed his family as much as he did. And Yankee upper management in the story, who was well aware of this room in the late 30s, in the late 70s, and today, considered the room hexed, jinxed. Seal it. Well, the cinder block is down, the cement is down, and we have access to this room. And in this movie, this room, this storage room, comes to life.
Actor Josh Lucas, who has starred in many prominent roles in movies like Stealth, Poseidon, and most notably, Glory Road, will have the task of playing former Yankee catcher and captain Thurman Munson.
My job becomes, when people look out there and they see me in this movie, that they see Thurman Munson, they don't see me. And to me, Thurman Munson is one of the great Yankees leaders because he, like the Yankees, was about bigger issues like family and nation and pride. And I think Thurman had that as well, like did Gehrig, like did Ruth, like did some of the people that we bring in, the ghosts of this story. They're bigger than baseball itself.
As the cast in the story has been coming together over the past few months, many interesting and perhaps divine things have taken place that go along with the film story.
The other day, I was supposed to meet my producing partner on the film at a little restaurant around the corner from where I was having another meeting. And I said, you know what, nah, man, let's go to this other place. I only had lunch there once, but it's on the river, and there won't be anyone there, and we can be on our own. And so we walk in and we sit down to lunch, and literally there was no one there. And we're sitting there, and literally someone walks in and he looks over, and it's Babe Ruth's granddaughter. And he looks at her and goes, Linda?
There's, what, 10,000 restaurants in Manhattan? Josh and I chose this place for lunch at 12:15 in the afternoon, I guess on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and she comes in the exact same restaurant that Josh and I are having lunch in? you can't write this stuff. There's something going on. And the Yankee ghosts have a lot to do with it.
Along with Lucas, the film will include former Yankees Darryl Strawberry and Bernie Williams, and will be a great depiction of Yankee pride.
Thurman Munson, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Billy Martin, the world will meet them all. There's portals back in time. Flashbacks to 1927, to 1939, to the bicentennial red, white, and blue year in 1976. And today. It's just an exceptional, exceptional project that there is no doubt in my mind that this will become one of the greatest classics ever made.
Well, now that we know what the film is all about, we thought we'd give you the chance to catch up with the film's director, Robbie Benson, who is an accomplished actor in his own right, and recently gave us a few minutes of his time at the announcement, which took place last month in Manhattan. Excitement abounds, as you'll see in this exclusive look. It was a star-studded evening. Many of the people involved in the film walked the red carpet, and excitement was oozing, especially from the film's director.
Well, I think, you know, there's an electricity that comes with anything that's the Yankees. I mean, I want to say that. I know there's a lot of, like, Red Sox fans out there. I'm sorry, you know. But, I mean, to me, the Yankees always win. Always. For me, to be on the field, to be able to shoot this thing, you know, is pretty thrilling. And I want to convey that on film. I want other people to feel the same way. It's a remarkably touching story. I mean, it's a beautiful story, and I have a son who's 16. I'd like him to see this movie. I'd like, you know, it's for all ages, but it could be a beautiful movie. You know, I grew up in New York City. I was going to Broadway shows. I was a street rat, and I would take the train out to Yankee Stadium, go to the bleachers. 75 cents then. But I was this loyal fan. Didn't matter to me. I was also there when Mantle hit his 500th home run. I just, you know, Yankee fan, as deep as it goes.
Coming up next, a look at